Now, we invite the outgoing chairman of the EU Military Committee, General Robert BRIEGER, to deliver his speech.
Dear High Representative, Chiefs of Defense of the European Union, military representatives, distinguished members of the diplomatic corps, colleagues from the civilian and military institutions of the European Union, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an honor to serve in these challenging yet transformative times in which the European Union's role in defense and security has undergone a major shift. The years since 2022 have reshaped our strategic environment. Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine has profoundly shattered previous assumptions, not only about Europe's neighborhood, but about the foundations of the rules-based international order. This has triggered a disruptive momentum, a wake-up call for all of us in the field of defense and security. The EU has responded, but the world will not wait. This new era demands more incremental adaptation. It demands a fundamental shift. Our former tools, structures and strategies, once valid, now require a critical review. Hybrid threats and emerging crises still call for a 360-degree and integrated approach. But we must now clearly include territorial defense as a core pillar of our strategic thinking, particularly in capability planning, as focusing on crisis management alone does not provide a complete picture of the capability needs. Let us be clear, without security, everything is nothing. This recognition must accelerate change across our institutions, our policies, and our mindsets. Europe is being tested, and sooner than we might wish. The European Union Military Committee must be not only reactive but proactive, not only present but central in shaping the military aspects of this change. I have already seen with pride how the chiefs of defense have lived up to this responsibility, actively engaging at the European and national level in shaping a stronger, more coherent European defense. And this is essential if we want to ensure the EU becomes a credible guarantor of peace, freedom, and the rule of law. Allow me to highlight the two main areas of influence that have so far marked this journey. First, enhancing the EU military ability to act. With Operation Aspides, the EU launched its first ever naval operation in a non-permissive environment. A clear demonstration of our will to assume responsibility where it matters. Through EUMM Ukraine, we have trained over 70,000 Ukrainian soldiers, and the High Rep mentioned it, the first military assistance mission of its kind on European soil. And we have established the EU rapid deployment capacity, creating for the first time the ability to act swiftly, decisively, and together. Second, reinforcing military needs and requirements. We contributed for the first time to identifying the 22 priority capability areas, ensuring that operational requirements are not an afterthought, but a starting point. We shaped a collegiate military view to support the European Defence Agency, the defence industry, and projects under the permanent and structured cooperation. We delivered input to the EU's white paper on defence, reinforcing the link between Article 42.7 of the EU Treaty and NATO's Article 5, a wholly holistic approach. We gathered at the Chiefs of Defence level outside Brussels on invitation of EU member states, combining our biannual meetings with visits to the first EU military live exercises. And we achieved the highest ever level of engagement by the EUMC with the EU leadership, strengthening our voice and doing so in close coordination with the HRVP and the new Commissioner for Defence and Space. Still, we are not there yet. The path ahead requires a fundamental change in three dimensions. First, institutional change, aligning policies, tools, and timelines where strategic urgency and ensuring that the military voice is heard and taken into consideration for decision-making on security and defense-related matters. Second, change among member states, moving from national perspectives to shared responsibilities. And third, perhaps the hardest, a changing mindset. The mindset shift is not optional. It is the key to ensuring the European Union has the political will, the operational readiness, and the strategic culture to match its ambitions. Yes, these are turbulent times, but they are also times of opportunity to develop a truly European military instrument, to match word with action, and to prepare our Union for what lies ahead. Let me conclude with words of thanks to the High Representative and Vice President of the European Commission. Thank you for your trust and leadership. To the European Chiefs of Defense and military representatives, your unity and commitment have been the backbone of this journey. To Lieutenant General van der Laan and the EU military staff, thank you for your professionalism and tireless work. To my outstanding cabinet, your performance has been nothing short of excellent. And finally, to my wife Isabella, your unwavering support has carried me not only through this chairmanship, but through every step of my career. My deepest gratitude Europe has taken its first steps towards a new strategic reality. Let us now walk the rest of the way with clarity, courage, and conviction. Thank you.